So we're going to talk about altcoins that could lead to an alt season or potential bull market. Let's find out what I'm talking about. So hi everyone, welcome. If you are new, subscribe, bell button, like and comment, obviously share as well. So let's go back in time to 2017, September. What coins drove this kind of parabolic move from all-time highs? Now, obviously, parabolic moves in Bitcoin create two situations. One, either your altcoins bleed in Satoshis or they go on a little pump. What we've seen over the past few weeks, essentially, is a stability in the altcoin market from a correction in August down to roughly, some nice low levels, some nice retracements, and they're starting to move off again. With that being said, Bitcoin has also went on a rally. We're now at $13,000 range roughly, and that was sparked from a $10,000 kind of retest up to $3,000 parabolic move. We could be on to the next sort of phase of a potential second alt season of 2020, which would be quite good. However, we want to talk a bit about what kind of pushed the market last time in terms of phases and stuff like that, and most importantly, why you should kind of probably hold on to some altcoins just in case. Fear in the market is always, Bitcoin's going to correct, but if Bitcoin consolidates and stabilizes at this range, altcoins could thrive, and that could mean a full-on correction of what happened in August and maybe beyond, which would be pretty freaking awesome. So we'll go over some tokens in a minute, but I want to go over this timeline. This is all-time high week, and I want you to kind of just see and look at what coins led the market. Currently, last 7 days, you can see here, XRP, huge. Cardano, huge. Ethereum, pretty damn big considering it was much bigger in value. Going down the spectrum, you've obviously got the likes of Tron. There's all kinds of coins here that are doing incredibly well. And what we actually had here was 20% parabolic move in Bitcoin, and the altcoins followed. What we've seen in the last few days in a parabolic move in Bitcoin, the altcoins have followed, and I'll go over that in a bit more detail. But go to the next week, it changes again. We have here a spectacular correction on Bitcoin, but look at the altcoins. A 26% correction in Bitcoin, the altcoins weren't really affected that much in reality. 3% down over the last 7 days. Ethereum, you'd have that, wouldn't you? Today you'd have that. Look at the likes of XRP, look at the Bitcoin Cash. But even look at the other altcoins. Some of them did very well, but some of them also didn't lose as much value as Bitcoin, which is like, ooh, that would never happen today. But that is the dynamic of the market. A parabolic move of Bitcoin last time ended in some sort of move. And we'll go into the chat and I'll show you that in a bit. But moving on to the following week, we went off again. Bitcoin started to correct that dip, and XRP went on a run. Ethereum also showed even more gains. The likes of Cardano, huge gains. So you can see here, technology at that time was pushing the market. So what does that mean for this time? What about DeFi? What DeFi projects are really, really prominent right now? What big project is currently undergoing a very big upgrade that could spark interest in the market? Well, you got to think of these. Now, I'm seeing people short on the corn, short on altcoins more importantly. Bitcoin, you can probably get away with maybe going in for some scalps on that, but it's very, very risky. We're now literally 3 weeks after that first post. Bitcoin has corrected a lot of that move. It went up a good 30%, give or take. But look at the altcoins, they're still rallying. XRP, 130 million market cap, higher than Ethereum, which was currently on its path for all-time highs. Look at Tron. Look at all these gains. How did it spark? Why did it spark? And we're going to go over that and what I feel is going to happen in the next coming months if Bitcoin stabilizes at this range. So, moving on to a chart. This is the first chart I want to talk about, is basically the shitcoin index. It has found support at a range here. Now, you may look at this and think, how can you do technical analysis? This is all on market behavior. How many coins have retraced? How many coins have gone down in value? How many coins have hit certain key levels of support? Now, this is where the fabrication kind of comes in with emotion. what are people thinking when coins get to certain areas? Now, if you're looking at this as a certain kind of buy point, look at this low here, COVID crash. The top of it here, which was 19th of August. I remember, I'm not going to be totally blasé here. There's a lot of influencers that on the 19th of August, you can go back in time and look. People were telling people to buy in because Bitcoin was going to go fucking nuts. It didn't. It failed and it crashed. The whole market kind of went on a tumble, you can see. But what we're seeing here is a nice little retracement of roughly about 45%, give or take, maybe into that kind of almost 50% of the market retracement overall on the shitcoins. Some coins went further, some coins didn't, but ultimately it has found some support. If this holds and Bitcoin consolidates, you can expect a push up. That would obviously mean green light for your altcoins. What would happen then? Market interest, FOMO. Oh, PayPal's in crypto. Oh, fucking hell. You know, all that kind of behavior will go in people's brains and get a bit interesting. Moving on to the total market cap overall. This is looking also very, very interesting. When you look overall, we've retraced a huge chunk from those levels, right? But we've actually stabilized quite well. A lot of new coins have entered the market. A lot of interest has still happened. A lot of coins didn't really retrace that much. But is that good for us? Well, yeah. Usually when Bitcoin goes on a parabolic move, people go, oh, I'm jumping ship, I'm going to go to Bitcoin. Hasn't happened as much this time, which is really, really good. Whereas last time, when you go back to this level here, this is what happened. Bitcoin was going to rally, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin carried on going further or stayed where it was, but altcoins were just dying off. They were just like, oh, I want to go into Bitcoin, please. And we've not seen that, which is different, which is really different. The same parabolic move in Bitcoin has carried on with the same path with the total 2 chart, which is people are keeping liquidity, they're locking up coins. DeFi is probably the biggest factor in that. Money's still in altcoins, which is good. Why is this good? Support will probably hold much stronger. So, pretty good, in my opinion, for now. However, that being said, if there's a big rumble in the market, i.e. US elections, and there's a big sell-off, we don't know what's going to happen. But what I will say is this, the chances of another COVID crash, as in March, with this dynamic now, is probably less likely, in my opinion, with the way that this is held. Whereas you look at this, boom, this is held. It's held in a number of supports not too far away. So that's going to be a bit more interesting dynamic. Looking at the total 2 chart and then comparing that to the Bitcoin dominance chart, we're starting to see an increase in Bitcoin dominance. The reason why there was an increase in dominance was because of that parabolic move. Obviously, when Bitcoin goes on a tear, altcoins don't always follow it straight away. They follow something else, and I'll come on to that in a second. So with that being said, we may actually have found something here of interest. If we're looking at this, say, top level, down to this bottom, we're currently at roughly that 62 sort of level. Will it go up higher? Potentially. But I personally don't think it will as it stands if conditions stay the same, i.e. if Bitcoin consolidates. If Bitcoin dumps and the altcoins dump, it will be a bigger dump in altcoins. It always is. Whereas if it consolidates, you may just see some of those altcoins start correcting that September, August kind of correction. That would be very, very good. So what coins do you think? In my opinion, I think these ones. I want you to comment and say what you think will probably lead the market this time. And I think number one will be probably Ethereum. Why, you're probably asking. Ethereum is going under a big revamp. 2.0, phase 0 is out next week, going on into phase 1 in Q1. Q1 obviously brings out PayPal and other kind of dynamics in releases of other coins as well. Now, that being said, it has retraced a good chunk. It was 490, went all the way down to 300, roughly, give or speak. With that in said, we've retraced a nice move here. We are still going up, in my opinion. I feel, and I personally believe, that with a bit of FOMO, with a bit of interest with the staking as well, I think Ethereum will lead the market. And if it breaks out beyond that $500 level, alt season will be pretty much flowing, because I think price brings eyeballs. We all know that. So when people start looking and go, oh, Ethereum, oh, Ethereum, oh, Ethereum, oh, Ethereum, oh, but by now you're never going to get another chance. All those things will start coming out. It will lead the market. It always does. And this is where the ICOs come into it. The altcoins, the ERC20 tokens, the Uniswap, and then the competitors of it. Cardano, the likes of Tezos for staking as well. You've also got the likes of Zilliqa with ZilSwap, and also competition that people will probably use Zilliqa to move money around because it's much cheaper as a decentralized DEX when you consider there's an Ethereum bridge coming. Polkadot, people will probably look at that for value proposition versus Ethereum. And then you've probably got the dark horses right at the bottom of the spectrum where you've never heard of them before, but they are run as the same ilk as Ethereum. The uncovered gems will bring money to the market because people will try and get those 10, 20, 30x gains off a bit of speculation. So I feel Ethereum will probably be one of them that will probably lead the market. And I've always said this. If you've seen my tweet the other day, I don't hold any Ethereum. Why? Because if Ethereum goes to the moon, my portfolio goes with it, because I am pretty heavy in altcoins right now. It's just how it is. Moving on to the next one. The obvious one, you're probably shouting at the screen, is Chainlink. I think Chainlink will lead the market with the DeFi and the Oracle section. I just got that feeling. I'm very much bullish on this in the short term, but I think hype will die down. I still feel that they need a revenue model. They still need to sort out security with oracles, and all kinds of other developments need to happen. But that being said, in 2017, Ethereum wasn't much special other than a load of ERC20 ICOs. That's all it had. How many ICOs were successful? Not that many, let's be honest. With that being said, people can piggyback off the hype of Chainlink, oracles, DeFi, decentralization kind of shit basically. That could pull the market upwards, in my opinion. Hype brings people. People bring money. Money brings further price action and overstretched market, further FOMO, emotion. I want to sell my cat to get this coin. That will happen, in my opinion. And this has retraced a hell of a chunk, by the way. This is one of the ones I just pretty much pointed out. This has pretty much gone beyond the 618 and found some support just on it, and now going upwards. In my opinion, if this retraces some of this move back up, even up to 15, 17, whatever, $18, that could obviously yield a very good return on previous altcoin rallies, and we could start seeing a bit of interest. As I say, green markets bring people to the game, essentially. Moving on to the next one that I want to talk about, and the reason why I'm talking about this one is obviously going to be XRP. Now, you're probably thinking, why the fuck am I talking about this? Well, in bull markets, this always creates interest and FOMO, and most importantly, news headlines. XRP is one of the most talked about coins and assets in the crypto sphere, whether you like it or not. If this runs, people will fucking hear about it, and I mean that, because all the big financial websites talk about XRP due to Ripple Labs and Ripple as a company. Simple as that. Advertising, right? Same as PayPal. PayPal, in my opinion, the use case of it, utter crap, right? Locked up tokens, don't hold the keys. Nah, no one's interested in that. However, advertising is brilliant. So with that being said, dumb money. What does XRP always do? It brings dumb money to the table. It brings the CNBC talk about it. It brings the, all that kind of Yahoo Finance talk, and all kinds of people go, ooh, hello, cryptocurrency. Wait a minute, cryptocurrency is up 400%. I'm going to buy some. That's the sort of thing that I'm talking about, that mentality. So that's what I think. I think those three could be a catalyst to push the market as a big cap coins. Bitcoin already, we've seen it. Ethereum next, Chainlink, XRP. The reason why I'm saying those three, they have very big contacts. They have very big industry information that could be very easily put into the media that could get people's eyeballs. That being said though, am I bullish long term? Hell yes. Am I cautious about a Bitcoin retracement? Yes. The biggest thing that I'm careful of, what will altcoins do? If Bitcoin, as I said, stabilizes and finds support at this range and chills the fuck out and goes on holiday and is on a deck chair, altcoins will probably thrive. Probably. very likely, like last time. That being said, though, not financial advice, but if you're looking to get into the space, do your research, understand what you're doing, and then find tokens that are undervalued. Undervalued as in they've not got the eyeballs yet, they've not been pumping yet. That being said, anything can happen. Just be careful.